The African wild dog, Lycaon pictus, also known as the painted wolf or Cape hunting dog, is one of the most endangered carnivores on the African continent. Once widespread across sub-Saharan Africa, these highly social and intelligent predators now face a growing list of threats that have caused their populations to decline dramatically. Today, it's estimated that fewer than 6,000 individuals remain in the wild, and their numbers continue to dwindle. But why are African wild dogs endangered? The answer lies in a combination of human activities, ecological pressures, and disease. One of the primary reasons African wild dogs are endangered is habitat loss. As human populations grow, natural habitats are converted into farmland, roads, towns, and infrastructure. African wild dogs are wide-ranging animals that require large territories, often hundreds of square kilometers, to hunt and thrive. As their habitats shrink and become fragmented, it becomes harder for them to find prey and establish viable packs. Habitat fragmentation also isolates populations from one another, preventing genetic exchange and increasing the risk of inbreeding. This genetic bottleneck can make wild dog populations more vulnerable to disease and less adaptable to environmental changes. African wild dogs often come into conflict with people, especially farmers and livestock herders. Although they rarely attack livestock compared to other predators like lions or hyenas, their reputation as dangerous hunters often leads to retaliation. Wild dogs seen near villages or farmlands are sometimes shot, poisoned, or trapped, even if they haven't caused any actual damage. This persecution, combined with habitat encroachment, results in high mortality rates for these already struggling animals. Another significant threat comes from infectious diseases, particularly those transmitted by domestic dogs. Canine distemper and rabies are two deadly viruses that can quickly wipe out entire packs of African wild dogs. Because these diseases are spread through contact with unvaccinated domestic dogs, wild dogs that roam near human settlements are at constant risk. Efforts to vaccinate domestic dogs in buffer zones around protected areas have shown promise, but widespread vaccination remains difficult in many rural parts of Africa. African wild dogs are cooperative breeders, relying on the entire pack to help raise pups. However, small or disrupted packs may lack enough adult helpers to successfully raise young. Additionally, breeding pairs need safe, undisturbed dens to rear their pups, which are increasingly rare in areas with human activity or encroachment. Even in protected areas, packs often roam beyond park boundaries, putting them at risk of poaching, road accidents, or disease in the African ecosystem. Wild dogs face fierce competition from larger carnivores like lions and hyenas. Lions, in particular, will kill wild dogs when given the chance, not for food, but as a means of eliminating competition. Hyenas frequently steal kills made by wild dogs, reducing their success as hunters. As wild dog numbers dwindle, these natural pressures become more impactful on survival and reproduction. Despite these challenges, there is hope for the African wild dog. Conservation organizations, wildlife reserves, and researchers are working together to protect remaining populations. Some of the key strategies include creating wildlife corridors to link fragmented habitats and allow wild dogs to move freely between protected areas, community outreach and education to reduce conflict with farmers and encourage coexistence, vaccination campaigns targeting domestic dogs to control the spread of disease, monitoring programs using radio collars and GPS tracking to study pack dynamics and movement. African wild dogs are among the most efficient and fascinating predators in Africa. Their intricate social structures, cooperative hunting strategies, and unique appearance make them an essential part of the ecosystem. However, their survival is precarious due to habitat loss, human conflict, disease, and competition. Through focused conservation efforts and increased awareness, it's possible to prevent their extinction and ensure these painted wolves continue to roam the African savannas for generations to come.